Listen carefully. We're not kidding. This isn't an idle threat. Recently, we downloaded a special odorama virus on your operating system. We can release any smell from your computer, such as this. Do you smell that? The delightful smell of a field of roses in a dewy mist? That's just to prove that we control your computer. If you don't like and subscribe to the battery-operated Magic Toupee the podcast, we will release a toxic moose fart. It will stink up your whole room beyond recognition. If you're using your laptop in bed, you'll need to burn your pillowcases and sheets. Your room will be unlivable for 2 years. If you wish to continue working, you'll need to operate your computer wearing a hazmat suit. I see you don't believe us. You haven't subscribed yet. Very well. You had this coming. Release the toxic moose fart. The battery-operated Magic Toupee the podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, and other platforms that come to mind when you say the word toxic moose fart.
The battery-operated Magic Toupee the podcast. Journey to dimensions of existence even more moronic and idiotic than ours. Alternative universes of such stupidity that we've constructed. The battery-operated Magic Toupee. Warning! The following comedy is intended for mature audiences and for those not easily offended. If you're of a delicate disposition and offend easily, for example, if we refer to you as a silly cunt, we recommend stop listening immediately, cancel us now, and fuck off. Welcome to the ultimate interview. We're honored to have in the studio with us a very special guest. Please welcome Lord Winston Craintington III. And oh my God, Lord Craintington! Oh my God, your arse! It's enormous, vast. Wow! Oh my God, behemoth! I'm sorry. I've just never seen such a gargantuan backside like that. It was like a freight train reversing. I'm sorry. I'm just flummoxed. I'm surprised. I read your profile, but it made no mention of you having, quite frankly, the fattest sit-upon I could have ever imagined. This is Guinness Book of World Record proportions. My God, if you were a gay bottom, a top would just sink in and get lost forever. Pardon me. I'm sorry. Just please have a seat. And oh my God, your tremendous bum is taking up the whole sofa chair. We had two of these specially built so each could sit two guests each, and your king-size posterior is taking up the whole sofa. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This has never happened to me before. I can't help it. I'm just freaked out by the vastness of your sit-upon. I try to maintain a polite composure. People are people. I want people to feel comfortable when they're here for the show. I really am sorry, but for the love of God, I've never seen such a bump of buttocks as yours. And when I see those bountiful, bulbous butt of yours, I start wondering, how do you do it? How do you get around? A train, a bus, that Titanic tushy would get stuck in the door. Emergency services would have to be called in. They'd have to spread lard on the door so that they can slip you through. I'm not proud that I couldn't keep my reaction of astonishment, no shock, to myself. I wish I had the decency to maintain composure, but I just see that expansive tush behind you, and I thought, my God, if you ate something that disagreed with you, you would release wind. The gas emanating from that cavernous caboose we would all die. We would all die horribly. And when you take a poo, Ladies and gentlemen, due to technical difficulties, we will not be showing the rest of Ultimate Interview. Actually, to be frank, as station manager, I apologize for the inappropriate behavior of the host of that previous program. His remarks do not reflect the station. They were something ist. We're not quite sure what ist. A person who is prejudiced against a fellow human being with an abnormally large epic arse is, whether it's fattest or weightest or chubbiest, because the rest of the person is quite svelte or thin. It was just his enormous backside. So while we don't know the exact term that one should use regarding prejudice against a person with a behemoth backside, we as a station will not tolerate such inappropriate, prejudiced behavior. Wait, please, I apologize, but please, don't cancel me. I need this job. I couldn't help it. I was flummoxed. I didn't know what to expect. I just never seen a rump like that. I'm not being prejudiced. I'm not saying we should deny privileges in society against people with large behinds. But you know, if you're in an airplane and that behemoth booty is sitting next to the emergency exit, if the plane crashes and we need to evacuate, we'll all die. That man's cavernous meat crack will never get out of the emergency exit. He has broken the new sofa in the studio. He sat in a brand new sofa that's meant to hold the weight of two adults. And he cracked right where he sat. You'll notice the whole middle bit. He broke the chair. But I admit it was wrong of me. I just didn't know. I'd never seen anything like it. So please, just put me back on the air. It'll never happen again. I just got triggered. It triggered a childhood trauma. I was at the zoo. There was an incident with the rear end of a rhinoceros passing gas. I had to be rushed to the hospital, not because of the offensive passing gas from the rhinoceros. I was rushed to the hospital for personal reasons. It took doctors 3 hours to remove the tiny statuette of the penguin from my... I won't go into that, but please, just give me another chance. I couldn't help it. I'm suffering from PAS, post-arse shock, and I just got triggered. It was that rhinoceros, the giant rump of elephantine proportions of that last guess. Oh, okay, but just control yourself. Get back in the studio and go on with your next guest. Thank you. Thank you. You won't regret this. My next guest is one of the great women of the decade, a real leader in her industry. Here exclusively on The Ultimate Interview, let's welcome Lady Daphne Debussy. And holy shit, those are the biggest boobies I've ever seen. Those tits are titanic. If you turn around, you'll kill someone with the impact of that knocker whiplash. Oh my God, how do you keep those puppies under control? There's no brassiere that could restrain them. I've seen a K, I've seen an L-size bra, even a custom M. But there are no cups that would fit those ginormous jugs. It goes off the alphabet. How do you get your arms past them to pick up food to eat? You'll flood Great Britain if you lactate. Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt the program again due to and again, we're not quite sure what to call these remarks. They're not quite sexist or misogynist because they don't really have anything to do with inappropriate discrimination against women per se. But like a large backside, we're not quite sure what a person with inappropriate or prejudicial remarks about breasts would be. I mean, tittist, boobist, bazongaist, it just doesn't sound right, but we do acknowledge it's inappropriate, even though the guest does have perhaps the biggest mammaries that may exist exist anywhere, even beyond those freakish, enormous ones in old National Geographic magazines. If I was conducting that interview, I would have never made a remark like that. I would not have found them scary or threatening. In fact, I thought they were beautiful. I do like big busted women, and this was the jackpot of all hoo-hoos. I still have an erection that I don't think I could bat down with a shovel. I won't be able to stand till that image leaves my memory, and I don't know if it will ever leave. I think it's burnt in on my mind. Right now, I'm imagining covering those enormous gorgeous gazongas in Marmite, yes, all in Marmite, and the nipples, smooth peanut butter. I don't know why, but I can't get that image out of my mind. Anyway, I apologize, and in place of this week's Ultimate Interview, we're going to air the rest of an old episode of Ultimate Interview. Here's an episode from the 28th of July, 2020. We'll start with the program and process. Oh my God, your nose, it's like Pinocchio's penis! Sorry, we should have previewed that one. We apologize to anyone over that big honker-ist remark. Let's play this classic from the 8th of May, 2025. My God, your skin, it's so black! No, let's try this one from the 10th of October, 2012. Holy underwear! I've never seen someone look so Jewish! 1st of May, 2019. Your tremendous trouser bulge! 22nd of February, 2010. Your breath! Open the window! 4th of November, 2016. Good Lord, your nose hair, it's like a forest. Hold it right there. Stop. This is the end of the sampler. If you want to listen to the rest of this thrilling episode of the battery-operated Magic Toupee, click on the link below, or listen to it on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. And listen to this.
As we gain a higher understanding of stupidity, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves. Hence we bid farewell to the battery-operated Magic Toupee, pooting and spooing and farting thick brown smoke as it dimly staggers from reality to reality on its moronic mission.
You have been listening to the battery-operated Magic Toupee, the podcast. It was performed and was written and produced by Elliot Stein. Copyright 2025, Gargoyle Entertainment. Thank you for listening! That was a sample of an episode of the battery-operated Magic Toupee, the podcast. Please click on subscribe and like and all the other cool and generous buttons that are on whatever site you just listened to this on. That helps us a lot, and we really appreciate it. What you just heard was a sample, a taster, and if you like the taste, come listen to the whole podcast on Spotify, Apple, and other cool podcast platforms. And if you really liked it, really liked it, come be a member, a paid subscriber on the battery-operated Magic Toupee, the podcast Patreon page for the complete uncut episodes and lots of other cool shit. Each episode takes 2 solid weeks to create and lots of resources to produce. It costs money, and we rely on the generosity of our members to keep the comedy going. And you can visit our webpage at BOMT.UK or battery-operated Magic Toupee.UK. And don't forget to tune in to the next thrilling episode of the Battery-Operated Magic Toupee, the podcast.
Toodles!